go, YouTube. We are here today for another one of our very, very many battle book army reviews for the Balance Update 2023-24. I am Lucky Sixes. This is Hyper G.
It is, and I want people to make a prediction as to what order we recorded these in, because in some of them I'm upstairs in my house, and some of them I'm downstairs in my house, and maybe I went up and down between video recordings just for fun, or maybe this is irrelevant and I should just stop talking.
No, I certainly went up and down, but that's nothing to do with what room I'm
in. just during my speech there,
just yeah,
you just literally your attention spans switched off.
Full of emotions, me.
But I'll tell you one thing that won't switch off is your attention span during this next book update, because it's Sylvan Elves.
Sylvan Elves, baby. Then number one, but number two book, because VC were number one. Number two book, in the tier list, the OP.
But possibly also the number two highest grown level when you draw them in a tournament. After dwarves, obviously, but you know,
yeah. But yes, we're here for Sylvan Elves. We are today going to look at the points changes. There aren't any rules changes. It's just points changes, and there is one name change. So we'll see if we can see if we can guess before we get onto it what the name change would be.
I guess the dragon is going to have an additional name added on top of the front of it. Am I right?
What do you think that name is going to be? If that's the case,
Leafy Dragon.
Leafy Dragon. So that's our guess.
That's my vote, right?
What's your guess? Put it in the comments at this point.
Yeah.
Don't cheat. If you do, we'll never know. So.
Yeah, you're only cheating yourself.
Yes, absolutely. If you get it right, well done. There's no prizes. We also are going to be talking a little bit about the fluff, which has been added into
By the way,
every single
if
book.
it's Leafy Dragon, I rock. Okay.
You rock, and someone needs to be shot for what terrible name. So there's two things that need to happen if it is Leafy Dragon. But as I was saying, the fluff is also in all the books added in. Wonderful idea. Well done to whoever came up with that. And along with the fluff, the written fluff, there's a map of where all the Sylvan Elves are.
That's quite a spread, really, isn't it? I mean, you'd say that they're quite isolated colonies, I guess, which suits their kind of outlook.
I don't know, but I'd imagine these are forests.
Probably, yeah.
Forest regions.
Yeah, could well be.
Any fluff nerds out there? Let us know of any of these that aren't forest. But we get into the Sylvan Elves fluff.
There are many woods where one can enjoy a pleasant stroll, but in some forests and jungles, especially the largest and oldest, the unwary traveller may encounter strange sights, troubling thoughts, and the sense of watchful eyes. Some may even meet a grimmer fate, speeding arrows or grasping vines, the last thing they ever see. Many tales are told of those lost to the mysterious woodland fae, but few know the whole truth. A great kingdom of capricious and merciless elves that has fiercely preserved its woodland domains since the very dawn of time. These sylvan realms are capable of raising terrifying hosts of walking trees, vicious archers, and all manner of lethal weapons, magics, and creatures. Armies used not just to defend the forest against any intruder, but also to sally into the wider world with devastating ferocity when the mood strikes.
Very nice.
Oof. Yeah.
Whoa. Tingle. I get a tingle in the tree. I do there.
I do. Yeah.
There are also other bits of tree spirits, forest guardians, and spices going on.
I was going to say the spices. Yeah.
Yeah, going on in the fluff. So do go and check them out. And as you'll see, as we mentioned, the rules haven't changed. But every now and then, say for example, the hereditary or the unit entries, there are a bit of fluff as well. So we won't read them all out, but do go and check them out, and maybe we'll pick out a few as we go along. But we're going to focus on the points changes, and points changes start in the Kindreds. So Blade Dancer goes up from 45 to 50.
Okay, well that's an opening gambit if ever there was one, isn't there?
Yeah, they've been used quite a bit, especially with the druidism, magic, helping out the blade dancer units.
Yes. Yeah.
Pathfinder, however, goes down 60 to
Okay.
50. Shapeshifter goes down from 50 to 40. And Forest
Okay.
Guardian stays the same, along with Wild Hunter. So
Yeah.
10 points here and there and everywhere. Otherwise, aspects of nature all go down.
Okay.
Apart from the
Yeah.
open ground, which is already only 10 points, so stop moaning, yeah? All go down from 60 to 50. So across the board, aspects of nature change down. Cheaper for the trees. Well done.
Yeah, I don't see any issue with that really. I mean, they're kind of quite small lists of upgrades, aren't they? Really for start of book entries. But no,
Yeah.
good
And,
stuff.
you know, the greatest tree spirits often develop particularly frightening characteristics, and now they're doing it for cheaper. So there you go. Spirit items. Ooh, that'd be a good one.
Ooh, it would be.
Specifically for ghosts and vampires, but we're not talking about them today. Special items. The Bow of Wiskin obviously went up because it's incredible.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. 75 to 95, so a significant chunk. Good.
Yeah, well, it's effectively a bolt thrower, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's crazy good. Shield in Bark went down 40 to 35.
Okay.
Banner of Deception went down from 60 to 55. That's an interesting one. I guess it was used less and less because it used to be used on that big Archer unit. But it's still pretty useful at 55 points. I think that's getting pretty competitive there. Hail Shot, 60 points. Used to be 70. So I don't like that. Don't like a better shooting thing getting like that. But anyway, there we go. Mistwalker's Mirror goes down from 60 to 50.
Gosh.
It's
maybe because a lot of people have now used it, and so they're thinking people won't ever fall for it ever again. Even those people who were told to look out for it won't fall for it again, right?
To look out for,
you know,
what
I mean, if you were warned about it, then surely you wouldn't have fallen for it, right? Lucky Sixes.
Yeah,
you know?
And the drop of points curtails that and backs that up really.
Yeah.
From 60 to 50. So generally points drop so far, with the exception of Bow of Wiskin, because of course.
Yeah. Should be doubled.
And we come across our
I was right.
Name change. It was.
I was right. It was the Leafy Dragon.
Thank goodness it's not.
It was Leafy Dragon. It was. It is. I mean, Thesaurus, right?
It's now officially called the Forest Dragon.
Leafy Dragon. Yes.
Which is just part of the differentiating dragons and giants project that's going on.
Leafy Dragon. Leafy Dragon. Leafy Dragon.
Anyway, the Sylvan Lance is the only change for the Forest Prince as a whole. 20 to 15, so it gets slightly cheaper.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're all the same as before. The Chieftain is exactly the same before, no change even to the Sylvan Lance, so he stays the same. Druid goes up from 115 to.
I mean, he should definitely have a Leafy Dragon, right?
He should, but doesn't, thankfully, because it doesn't. Don't want a stupid name going around. Druid goes up because the Apprentice actually was being used quite a bit to get the single shamanisms in there. So I like that as a change. Otherwise, it stays exactly the same. Tree Father Ancients, Wizard Master, part of that goes down from 305 to 290.
Okay.
I was kind of hoping that the trees might get a bit more love in this update, and that sort of suggests that they're not getting that much love.
No, it's kind of like not the place you would expect them to get the love on the magic side of things. But
kind of hoping they'd be a bit more competitive so that you wouldn't see the same sorts of lists floating around. However, it's just the Wizard Master that's changed. Everything else stays the same. Avatars of Nature get a
chunk
little
of
bit
points, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit down. They do go a little bit down. I mean, they got the stat blocks to go with it.
They really do. Yeah.
Especially with Impaling Roots, but only 10 points down from 585 to 575.
Okay.
There. Dryad Ancient does get a bit of love, but only a tiny bit of love for the Dryad Ancient. 100 to 95. Almost my OCD says, just leave it at 100, please. But anyway.
Yeah, but it's pretty cheap for what it could do,
Oh,
though.
it
I
is.
think,
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Then gives some good
yeah,
synergy as well, especially with the aspects of nature and
yeah.
the magic that it can do. So yeah, I
Mm.
like that. And yeah, hopefully that will help them out. If they all get a little bit cheaper, then yeah, great.
Mm.
Thicket Shepherds also get a little bit cheaper, so we're getting there. We're getting there with
Mm-hmm.
all tree list. The Thicket Shepherd down from 250 to 240. Otherwise,
Yeah.
stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of mounts, as we've already mentioned, the only actual change is the Forest Dragon. It's changing its name.
Although, interestingly, this is one of the only books where, like the chieftain, the lord, the characters haven't actually had a lot of their mounts reduced or changed in values.
It is, yeah. They've stayed relatively well. They have stayed the same actually, with the only exception being the Forest Dragon in changing its name. Stats and rules wise, no change.
Yeah.
Forest Guard, the Forest Guard additional models go down from 12 to 11. Trying to see them in play a little bit more. Otherwise, the same. Sylvan Archers go up in base cost and up in extra models. Very
I don't
popular.
think that's terribly surprising, is it?
No, it's not surprising. And it's only it's only a little bit as well. 5 points for the base cost, 1 point for every single model thereafter. So the bigger unit's going to see a 20-30 point change. Otherwise, you're not going to see too much, to be honest, to really deter you from taking them. Heath Riders go up also by 5 points, with Heath Hunters going up an additional point as well. Everything else staying the same thereafter, but the Heath Hunters going up, you're going to say probably overall by 10-15 points.
Yeah.
Per unit. Dryads going down 16 to 15 for additional models. Thank you very much. Well done. So yeah, again with the trees ever so slightly coming down so far. So if I can continue, well done. Forest Rangers base cost going down from 195 to 185. Not a huge change, but again, they weren't not taken. So for them to go down was pretty good. And again, with
I think the ones that were taking them were using them for very specific purposes, though.
Yeah,
they weren't really the unit that was winning games. They were the unit that was being the solid backbone.
And a good scoring unit,
exactly
useful scoring unit for sure.
Yeah.
Thicket Beast. So we're going along the tree. Drum roll, please. Down by 10 points. We're going there. We're getting there. We're getting there.
I'll tell you what. If you took one of every tree unit, then you are a lot cheaper right now.
Yeah, for sure. We're about 40-50 points right now. And then with all the aspects going down as well. Come on.
Exactly.
We're helping. It's not huge much, only 10 points, but every little helps, as we say in the hood.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to add up to a leafy dragon at the end of the day, but it is going to help you on your way.
Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on what side of the fence you are on leafy. Blade Dancers go stay the same for base cost, go up from 31 to 34 for additional models, and that certainly isn't a surprise. If anything, it's a surprise how little that actually is in terms of grand schemes of things.
Yeah, especially when you're getting 7 to start with anyway. So, yeah.
I mean, even a whole unit of 15 only go up by 24 points.
Yeah.
That's not a lot for these very good in terms of currently units. Tree Father goes down by 10 points. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay, little baby. And so otherwise stays the same. Wild Huntsman.
Oft talked about.
Base cost, nothing, no change. Additional models up from 35 to 42. A decent chunk for additional models. Shields on them also go up, which does only by 1 point, but does add up. for that.
Yeah.
However, as a compromise to that, you get to choose between Sylvan Lances and Sylvan Blades. It's completely free as an upgrade, so you must choose one of them.
And was
They are
Sylvan
free.
Lances used to be 1 point a model?
Used to be 1 point, yeah, gone down to 3.
Okay.
So that matches up with that. Essentially showing you how important the shields were.
Absolutely.
And how
kind of
much they
also
are.
take, really, aren't they?
I think they still are, to be honest. 8
Yeah.
points extra per model for additional models.
Mm.
It's not. You're going to go up by 10, 15 points, which isn't a lot for these guys. They are very glass cannon. They will die to a stiff breeze. I know. But they're very, very good. So not as much of a debuff as some people would like, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kestrel Knights, base cost is exactly the same, with the additionals going down from 63 to 60.
Enough said.
Enough said. There's nothing more to say apart from yes, that's exactly the right thing, and that has happened more often than not, I would say.
It has. I think you're just overall you've got to be delighted with this. You know.
Clearly the influence is getting there. Easier numbers, please.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's been way more thumbs up from you than thumbs down, I would say.
Yes. Briar Maidens go up from 200 to 205. I don't mind that. It's still kind of a roundish number.
It's a pass, is it? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll allow that for all the extras. Sylvan Sentinels go up 150 to 160. It's not a lot, but again, with all these little things that have been taken quite a lot, they are getting upped with the other stuff going down. So they are. It does seem like they're working on internal balance. And these brave monster hunters and guerrilla fighters have gone up.
They have. With their virulent poisons.
Yes, that's a good way of describing them, IPG. Well done.
Well, I plagiarized it, but okay.
Pathfinders go up from 175 to 190. Again,
that's
similarly.
Yes, that had to happen.
Yeah. Additional models go down from 50 to 48. So that is a slap on the wrist, design team. Naughty boys.
From 58 to 48?
From 50 to 48. Down 2 points a model.
Jeez. I thought they were saving 10 points per additional model. That'd be incredible.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so it's only a slight decrease, but the initial start goes up.
And these guys, they probably are being taken in units of more than 5, aren't they?
Yeah, for sure. So... them and the Sentinels were taken in 10s, quite a decent amount. Although actually units of 5 work very, very well with Druidism, because obviously you can get 4 back with Druidism for infantry. So
actually a unit of 10 is...
You get back to 5.
A unit of 10 is only 5 points more expensive then. So really that's not that bad, because you're paying 2 extra points for your extra 5.
Correct.
But 15 points more for the whole unit.
Yeah.
I mean, at least it's an increase, but yeah, sure. I think still passable.
Yeah, I think so. And it is, as I say, I think it's a little and often for the stuff that's very, very good in the Sylvan, but perhaps not enough. And as we go on to the change logs to round off our day, we'll see everything. It's a pretty 50-50 split, with the stuff that's taken quite a lot going up ever so slightly, and the stuff that's not taken going down ever so slightly. And I guess that
will it bring out the trees? Is the big question.
Yes.
Isn't it?
My personal opinion is it's not quite enough either way, in either direction, to change too much. You're going to see 1 or 2 less models. Probably about it. But it's a step in the right direction, I think. And that leaves us to the end of the Sylvan Elf book review for 2023.
It is. Yeah. No, it's solid.
Yeah. Thanks very much for watching. Let us know what you think of the fluff that's in it, first off.
Were you right with your name prediction, now that you know the answer?
Yeah.
Were you closer than me? Obviously not, because I was really, really close.
Thank God you weren't on the money. But anyway, So
honestly, I didn't cheat when I made my guess. I didn't cheat. I can guarantee that 100%. So the fact that I was so close just shows what an expert in this game that I am, and how much I know things.
Absolutely.
But, There we go.
Yeah, well, we'll tune in next time to see if his on pointness continues with some
That's
guesses.
a challenge.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know what you liked about the fluff, as I say, what you liked about the update, what maybe you didn't like. Do you think this is enough to change the Sylvans? I know in the UK especially, the Sylvans are having a good time in the minute.
They are.
So
they
if
really
you're, let's say if you're UK based especially, do you think this is enough of a change to change that necessarily? Or is it a step in the right direction and maybe every little helps sort of job? So let us know your thoughts.
Or
Like,
are
share,
you
subscribe.
throwing your Sylvans in the bin because of this?
Yeah, absolutely. Rage quit.
That would be extreme too, but who would rage quit, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, push the notification bell so you get all of these army book battle reviews, and check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Patreon if you're that so way inclined. And well done for watching.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that. Good bit of motivational speaking.
Yes, that was for us really.
I know. We're nearly there.
We got through quite a few videos, and we got some more to do. So we're excited to see them. Tune in for the next ones with us, and until then, see you later.